DIYs-by-dar, come along on this journey with me and take this 60s children's piano and turn it into a Wonderland heirloom. This piano I saved from the dumpster, and it is in pretty good shape for its age, a little bit dirty and dusty. So let's go ahead and take a little round robin and check it out. I'm missing a key, and I have been looking all over for a key that will work on this piano, and so far, no luck. And the back, there is not one, so I'm going to have to put another panel on the back of this. So I am going to get this cleaned up again, and let's go ahead and take a look at these keys, and let's see how well this piano will play. Maybe getting the dust off will help. Oh, stuck key. Two stuck keys. Missing key, two stuck keys. Why do they stick? I'm going to go ahead and take the top off and any other parts that I can remove to make it easier to remove the keys and get at the insides a little bit better. The keys just pressed up and they just snapped off. So that was fairly easy. I had to repair the front panel, needed some glue, and I'm ready. And I cut a bottom panel because I am going to put some casters on it. So this is the bottom. I'm back inside, and it is all cleaned up where the keys were, and I need to get this painted with some bonding boss for bleed through. It doesn't really have an odor, but just for bleed through, and give it a nice clean base to work on. So the whole thing is going to get the Dixie Belle bonding boss, one coat. My boss is pretty thick. Now I have my Made by Marley, Alice in Wonderland decoupage paper. I've picked out some designs that I want to put on that front lower panel. Now, Lel's paper is very robust. It is not like a rice paper. It is heavy. It's suggested that you tear it because that torn edge is going to leave a slightly uneven and tapered edge. Your paint for background will go up a lot easier. I'm going to decoupage my pieces of paper on the front at this point. So here's my Mad Hatter. I went ahead and I set him down and desperately looked for something to wipe the wrinkles out with, and I found a sock. So that worked okay. And I'm going to get the rest of the decoupage pieces in place. Start in the center. I got a straight edge this time, and just work your air bubbles out to the edge. Now I'm going to paint the background. I have all Dixie Belle chalk paints to do this. And I had to match that kind of cream color and get that background all one color based out. I'm ready to put that bottom on. So I have 4 casters that I'm going to get on here, and then some other braces to help hold the bottom up because books are going to go on both sides. Here's where the problem started. I got the pilot holes drilled and then put some glue in there, and then what is going on with that? All right, we have the 5 wheels on, and I didn't record it because there was a lot of swearing and sweating going on, so I figured I'd skip that part. But I don't have all the supports on the bottom yet. We ran out of screws, so I'm going to have to get some more screws to put some other supports on the bottom. I left a little bit of a lip there. I'm going to have to fill that with some caulking, and it's not as even as I want. I suppose I could take and sand that right there so it matches up better, because this one matches pretty darn good. So, I mean, it's from the 70s, and it's going to be a little bit of work. So, kind of like me. So, let's keep going. All right, the bottom is completed. The problem, I had to get metal screws to work into that wood. All right, we're to the front part, and I am going to stencil this with some diamonds. Perpendicular on a stiff stencil brush with thicker paint. Swirly twirly, works every time for me. That's all you need to do. You know, you're going to have to maybe clean up a little drip here and there, but there it is, all completed. I have had watercolors in my stash for well over 20 years. I've never used them. So I'm going to use them today to fill in my really cool characters. I'm going to start with this piece of bread for the Mad Hatter, and it worked really great. This paper is not sealed. It's kind of absorbent because it's heavier paper, so it really worked well with these watercolors and this color paper. I was having a lot of fun with this. There is my caulk in the bottom, and while that's drying, I picked out some decoupage for the top. Now that I painted it, I'm going to finish painting the black up through the top and the front of that piano. And my bottom is dry, so I have a card stencil. I wanted to run the set of cards all along the bottom of that shelf where the books would be setting. I figured if I just stenciled something, it would take books sliding across it a lot better. Now, we're all mad here. The decoupage paper was too big. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's get the wannabe. What's a wannabe? Well, it's a projector, and I'm going to go over it on Flippin' Bunch this next Wednesday and talk about it a little bit, but it's basically a projector, and it came with an arm, and here's the projector itself. Pretty simple. There's the portion it comes out of, and you have a screw in the bottom to put on the stand, and pretty easy thing to put together. It took me about 5 minutes. It's more, there's a little bit of tech with it because you have to take the picture and then get the picture into the wannabe, and then you get that. So that came from the decoupage paper. And I am very shaky. So doing this line was really difficult for me. And I knew that this was not going to be the final, but just giving me the outline on where I needed to follow to paint it a bit larger. So while that was drying, I went ahead and put my decoupage paper on the top of my piano. And these were not real large pieces, so they went on really well. And I just used a straight edge and not real hard and just pulled it across and got the bubbles out. So now I'm waiting for my decoupage paper to dry on the top so I can take a look at its finish again. And I am lettering We're All Mad here a bit thicker with a bigger brush. And I ended up here, and I put some gold filigree on it as well as some cute little mushrooms. And I think I'm going to go ahead and seal the front at this point. I have some new matte sealer by Amy Howard. I'm going to give this a try. I've never used it. And it said to go ahead and use a roller to put it on. And I thought, oh gosh, I hope this is not going to be a disaster. So I went ahead and I started rolling, and I thought, this seems to be pretty white. My roller, I wet my roller, so I don't know why it's skiffing like that unless there's some low areas, which is a possibility. It's pretty old, but it stayed pretty milky white, and I could see all the bubbles laying on top of it. And I thought, are the bubbles making it look like that? Or are they going to level out? So I took a brush and quickly went over it and tried to get some of them bubbles to pop. And thank you, Levon, for this brush from Statement Designs. I went ahead and sealed the front with 3 coats. So here's a look at that top. I had to sand it. It was looking a little orange peely, but really not that bad. I am finally done with the front of this, except the piano keys. I'm going to cut the back panel. I received this as a Christmas gift for my son. It's a nice little battery-powered jigsaw, Craftsman, and not heavy, pretty light, feels pretty good in the hand. Here's the battery, and here's the charger, which were purchased separately. And I have drawn out what I need. I am putting some painter's tape over the top and drawing over it again because I do not want this to splinter, the wood to splinter. Now, to put the actual blade in, you have to press up on that little knob and then put the blade in. And as far as it'll go, stop, let that lever down, and it should be in place. It sure feels good. I think I'm good to go. And slip the battery in, lock it into place. Let's see what we get. Oh, you have to flip that button at the very top. Then it's going to let you go ahead and cut. And then it has this 0, 1, 2 on the side. I have it on 0. That's just for like a main up and down cut. And the other 2 settings are for oscillation, for like maybe metal. But this went through like butter. And why didn't I get one a long time ago? It's nice. Simple to use. I set the new back on there with some wood glue first. Then I got the new master brad nailer stapler out and affixed this to the back very carefully. I didn't want any nails to come out through the side. Let's get it primed in, and it's going to be ready to go. Well, here I am. I hated to do a 2-part video, but I had to because I'm closing in on about 18 minutes and I'm only halfway there. So this was a pretty big project, and I am finally to the back of this piece where I left off. I got my piece in place and I got it painted. So basically what I'm ready to do is I'm ready to bring my design from the front to the back and to its sides, which right now are empty. I need to find one little piece of board to go on the bottom, because the bottom on the back side of this rolling bookshelf is for books. So I got a whole another palette I get to fill up. I got the whole side that I am going to fill up. And let's get her back around to the front. And the front is complete, and I don't know why I did it that way. I'm sorry that the film was kind of broke up, but when you're doing such detailed work, sometimes you have to just switch and let something dry enough so you can come back in an hour and then you can continue to work at it. So here I'm at, oops, I don't got my little my top thing in there. It's up there somewhere, but here I am, and this was a lot of fun so far. And I'm going to just go ahead. I'm not sure how many of the diamond shapes I'm going to take around the other side, but I may. So I have a week if I can get the back side done and the video edited and uploaded for you next Sunday. And if I can't, guys, I'm sorry. It's been a pretty wild one here in Michigan. Today it was -2 and snow squalls, 0 visibility. And that's the day that I had to go get my driver's license renewed. Thus, the hair is down. Usually I don't like it in the way, and especially when I have it up and it's real frizzy. Then it gets into my picture, changes the focus, my big fat head's in the way. So a lot of times I will slap a hat on it just to keep that fuzz out of the way. If you've came along for the first part of this journey on this piece, please come along for the second part so you can see how I finish it. And it has been a lot of fun. It's a really different piece, and that's what I like to do. So, catch you on the next one. Come on and join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. EST on YouTube for the Flippin' Bunch Lives. Everything all about flippin'. Come join us. It's pretty fun. And I want to thank Lel and Marty from Made by Marley. I am a brand ambassador for their decoupage paper company, and some of the papers I use have been given to me from their company. I will leave their information in the description. Hey, subscribe, and I want to thank you for coming, and I'll see you on the next one.